We are headed back to the table with Chef Bud Andersen and beef. It is what's for dinner today here in the kitchen. I'm excited about this, and I'm also excited for you guys to dive into this sauce that you're cooking up today.
Yeah, we're gonna make a little glaze. Now, one thing I want to tell you, this is like a very special day because in 100 years I would never tell you to use any steak sauce, but.
Okay. But we're
gonna make a sauce with it.
I was gonna say there's a but in
Right. So, anyways, these are like little tornadoes, whatever you want to call them. They're actually as the tenderloin, as you clean it, take the center cuts out, the bigger and the barrel. They're smaller pieces. At a country club, we use these a lot. It's kind of like a petite meal, so it's got a purpose, and it's a really good way to use up what meat's left over. So we're gonna make this sauce or this glaze real quick. So we're gonna start with some Smucker's orange marmalade. Now it doesn't have to be Smucker's,
but you love Smucker's, and you typically will use some of this in a lot of the sauces that you guys do.
John Harris was just here, and some spicy ketchup. Now this is 2 tablespoons, or 2 tablespoons of that. 3 tablespoons of the steak sauce. Probably the only time you'll ever see me use it. So,
in all the years that we've worked together, I've never seen you bring A1.
Sometimes I have to do things just because. Okay.
Okay.
About a tablespoon of garlic, and then some nicely diced onion, and then we need a little bit of acidity, so we're going to add just a little bit, about a tablespoon of lemon juice. Okay.
Okay.
So you're going to put all this together. Now, when you do this, you're going to want to kind of reserve a little bit for your finishing sauce, okay?
Okay.
The big thing to this is that you want to get your steaks or your fillets. Now, listen, you don't have to use this on the fillets. You could use it on pork. You can use it on a lot of stuff. It's a really nice little glaze. But what you want to do is kind of keep it from being contaminated by touching, your meat with it. But the other thing too is because it's you and me and we have this special agreement.
Yes.
This is a spicy ketchup.
Right.
So you could use a ketchup that's not spicy if you wanted to, all right?
And even if you wanted to add a little bit more spice, you could drop some red pepper flakes or cayenne in there and be fine.
Yeah, one of the things that I really like about this is it coats the steak really nice. As far as it's more of a glaze than a sauce because it's not quite as thick.
Yeah, I was going to say, what's the difference between a glaze and a sauce?
Well, a glaze is typically going to be a little bit thinner.
Okay.
And a lot of times not thickened as much as a sauce would be. So you want to flip it over and get it on both sides and kind of let it caramelize, okay? But the big thing is to get it on there, and then, like I said, reserve a little of this, and you'll see when we plate this how important it is to do that, okay? And then, like I said, just kind of spread it on there. I'll show you when we flip this over before we go away. Oh, and salt and pepper on these before you do it, okay?
And you're tried and true when it comes to making steak. It's like, don't overthink it when you're seasoning it.
Man.
Just salt and pepper and kind of let that stand, right?
Yeah, this is totally out of my character to even do anything like this. But sometimes you have to do things that I think, beef is really expensive right now, okay?
Yeah.
And a lot of pieces of meat that are very lean, like a filet would be or tenderloin, a lot of times they need a little help because there's not a lot of fat to add flavor to it.
Yeah.
So it's okay to do something like this and just kind of go out there a little bit on the end. I'll tell you, kind of combining the heat and sweet thing, which is what I try to do a lot of with the marmalades and with that stuff really helps. It's a very nice dish, and you'll see when we plate it up, it's got really good flavor or really good look to it. So.
And this is for you typically when you're doing a steak, you keep it pretty minimal.
Yeah.
So I cannot wait to dive into this. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to pay some bills. Chef Bud's going to take us back to the table right after this. Don't go anywhere. All right, I love the plates ready, and now
so we're gonna
comes the star
put
of the
these
show.
on here. I want to let them kind of rest a little bit. I'm gonna put them on there, and then, like I said, use this as a finishing sauce. And this has just got some charred broccoli on it, and don't be afraid to
just get the little drizzle over that.
I'm telling you, this is gonna be really good.
Broccoli needs all the help it can get, dude.
I like a good broccoli now.
So. I do too, but it just can't be by itself.
One of the things that I like about this dish, honestly, is I like the texture of the onions in there and the garlic. It kind of gives you a nice little texture break. But you could do this with sirloin too. Listen, beef is like crazy expensive, and I actually did a wedding I did 3 weddings this weekend. And at one of the rehearsal dinners we did prime rib. And when I went to get the prime rib, the kid told me, he said, you know that's going to be about $700, don't you? And I go, yeah, I'm well aware how much beef costs. But it costs a lot of money right now. So if you can do little hacks like this to kind of give yourself a little bit more flavor, like you made a good point right off the air. Pork chops, this would be great on pork chops. There's just a lot of things coming up over the holiday season and the fall this will fit into. And it's a great way to use A1.
I think this is great because you can substitute beef out and put anything in.
Yeah.
You could throw some chicken in there.
Right.
You can do pork.
Right.
You can do it on a pork tenderloin. Right. Whatever the case is, make it work for your budget.
Absolutely.
And Bud, you're always great about this.
Thank
is
you.
making it specifically for you. If you like it a little bit spicier, make
However
that
you want.
adjustment. If you don't like something,
Yeah.
opt that out. But this is something that you can fire up. But the really secret ingredient, Schmuckers.
Yeah, Smuckers. Never forget the Smuckers. Speaking of age, before we go out there, I got to say happy birthday to my main man, Baby Shep, who turns 2 on Saturday.
2?
And I'm hoping that I'm celebrating Alabama win over Georgia, but we love you, pal. He's a good boy.
You're also hoping for a win tonight for the
Mighty
Ravens and Detroit Lions, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Well, I wish you the best of
No, you
that
don't.
luck.
No, you don't.
Hey, look.
He wants Derrick Henry to run crazy.
Yeah, I got Derrick Henry on my fantasy team. I need good things from Mr. Henry.
There you go. See you next week.
Always good to see you. Appreciate you hanging out with us.
Thank you, pal.
So long, everybody.